Welcome to the Coquitlam Whiskey Barrel Podcast with your hosts, Uncle Corey and Uncle Dono.
Recording off some bullshit.
He left his Stanley Cup back on the ice in 1980.
It's embarrassing.
Let's give Corey a round of applause like you were the fucking service staff at a wedding.
Who shot ya? Separate the weak from the obsolete.
Oh, that bickering beef. I can hear sweat trickling down your cheek.
Episode 3, pal. We're already rolling. What are you
Where?
still singing?
Hold on.
Oh, you finally got some ice in the drink.
Trying to get those shaky hands. Do we cheers?
Oh, sure. I guess
Cheers.
is that what the kids are doing these days?
No, then you tap. Remember? We talked about it.
It's funny because that song has caused us to be banned in some locations on YouTube.
Yeah. Uzbekistan?
I have yet to see where we're banned, but we're actually banned.
I'm telling you.
I get that warning when I upload it.
We've got fans in Uzbekistan, and they keep saying, "Where's the pod? Where's the pod?" And I said, "Look, you talk to the fucking chancellor of Uzbekistan, and you make sure Don, Corey, and Biggie are welcome. We're international. Uzbekistan it is, you know?
One short of Pitbull.
Mr.
Worldwide.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. If we could just... Pitbull, ironically, huge in Uzbekistan.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Fuck that guy, man.
He is. He's, but he's got no songs with Biggie or podcasts with Biggie.
But we do.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we keep it real. Anyways, week 4. We're going 3? Week 3. Week 3.
We're at episode 3, week 3. We've timed this out somehow perfectly after taking 2 weeks off.
That's ironic. Because the first episode's a bonus episode.
How do you have the episode 1 as a bonus episode? Isn't that episode, like the last episode is the bonus?
Well, no, it's the preview.
So episode 1 is like episode 0.
It's the behind the scenes before the scenes were created. Before...
Like the storyboard.
Yeah, like the stoned kids and their fucking Sharpies and cardboard and just going, look, Batman's gonna punch the Joker here, and Bane comes out of nowhere.
So when we were recording that, did you think we'd be a combined 0-4?
Who's we? Me and you.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't expect that question this early. That's one thing, that's for sure. But no, when I was storyboarding Bane and the Joker, and me and you battling over the best running back in football, no, I did not expect an 0-4 start.
Right.
But
right.
sadly...
Are you worried?
Am I ever worried?
Never. Not worried.
There's no reason to be worried. Now, are my points 4? Are they high? That's a question I'm going to ask.
Not high.
Are they past 200?
No.
Do I average even close to 100 points a game so far?
Close? Yes.
But do I average 100?
No.
How many do you need on average to win?
About 100 points.
So it looks like I'm on track to just not win.
You might miss the playoffs.
That is not...
We already have one guy, I think he's mathematically eliminated. I'm pretty confident someone who's only scored 166 points and conceded 268 and showed up halfway through the draft and drafted Leonard Fournette first round.
I think that if we allowed Nightingale to start his entire team, like he doesn't need to put them in the proper slots. We just did best ball, and by best ball I meant
everybody,
every fucking point, decimal scoring. We even gave him PPR. Not a chance. He breaks 72 points.
So all the bench players, give him every single point.
And I'll throw in one better.
Okay.
We'll give him the Sully special. We'll add in a second flex.
You're going to big brother him.
And we're going to fucking give him a kicker. Just an extra kicker to put in the flex, just to make Sully feel like the league he wanted to join.
Well, every week there's at least 3 kickers that are as good as a flex player.
I went early on a kicker this year. Remember that?
No, I didn't pay attention.
You did because you got upset.
Let's play the game.
You're upset right now.
I'm not upset.
I did. You said, what are you doing drafting fucking kickers early? Third to last, I drafted Justin Tucker, who is the number 1 kicker in fantasy right now. Justin Tucker!
I'm so happy. Do a victory lap for Justin Tucker then.
You know what? I might drop him just to spite Sully and that pick.
Perfect. Okay, so Nightingale lost week 1 by 1,500 points.
Well, who did he play with?
134 to 68.
Well, he played Kurt's team. Kurt's got a good team.
Okay, well,
He didn't even get half the amount of points.
he lost by 66. So does he have 66 on his bench? He also has a second.
No, he had
quarterback.
38 on his bench, and he has a quarterback on his bench.
Yeah. So
He wouldn't even come close.
Well, if he played his full team against Kurt's starting lineup, he wouldn't have come close. He's still 0-1.
And now what about the following
Well,
week?
let's go-
Holy shit,
go
I can't
see-
even believe that this is actually going to come true.
Let's go see week 2.
This is how hopeless this guy is. And I don't even know what his game plan is. His game plan was to not draft unless I literally...
This one's going to be close. He only lost by 40. This one's going to be close.
Only by 40.
Yeah, and
how
I
many
think Goff,
quarterbacks does he...
I think Goff had a decent week.
How
So
many, well, why start him when he would?
he didn't.
Yeah.
So he
He
did. He was short by half a point. He would have lost.
He would have
both
shot...
weeks.
Fucking Christ. And don't make any trades, Nightingale. It's the slow play game. It's just you're waiting in the weeds. You're playing coy. You're playing possum, as it were. You're ready to strike with Jarvis Landry, Cortland Sutton.
Sutton's up for the year.
He shouldn't even have played last week. He was hurt the first week. Shouldn't have played last week, and now he's out for the year. So now he's going to start Jerry Jeudy, the stud.
Sony Michel.
Sony
And
Michel.
Duke Johnson.
Duke Johnson. No, he already dropped Duke Johnson
So it's just-
for Wayne Gallman's backup. And I think he spent $50 of his fab.
You know, when you can't win with all your bench players and your starting lineup, what hope do you have?
You could trade. He's got...
Who? You can trade who?
Okay, hold on. Is that his... Okay, no, let's go to his actual team. Cause
This is his actual...
No, because he's got some injuries now. So what is he looking at now? Like, what's he got? Like, he might have done some wonky ad drops. You know, you never know what guys are doing there. There's Nightingale right at the bottom. The Bounty Hunters. Is that a callback to when the Saints were Bounty Hunters? Wow.
Okay.
Oh, I remember when people used to think other teams cheated, not just the Pats.
Right.
It's funny how they don't talk about that anymore. Interesting. So now, okay, so let's take a hard look at Nightingale's team. So he's got Leonard Fournette. Okay, so he could trade Leonard Fournette now because he had a big game last week, and lots of people believe in Leonard Fournette. Some people drafted him in the 3rd round.
The guy who's got it.
Yeah. So if another one of him was out there, he would happily trade with himself. So he overvalues Leonard Fournette. Let's get him off there. Drew Brees, the number 21 quarterback. Hey, Nightingale, there's only 12 fucking players in this league. Having the 21st quarterback is fucking useless. I don't care what his name is. Okay, so Drew Brees, we'll just get rid of him. So drop him. I wouldn't pick him up.
Yeah.
Leonard Fournette, he won't trade him. He's a non-drop.
He's a lock.
He's the ESPN locked in.
Yeah.
Can't drop.
I don't think you can drop him.
Why would you be able to a stud that good? He's
No.
the modern day Trent Richardson. And Eddie Lacy.
Sure.
Yeah, just a bruiser. He got one touchdown last week, and that was his first touchdown in 8 weeks.
Well,
That's great. Devin Singletary. Oh, you could trade him for your backup. You got Zach Moss or Zay Jones or whoever that rookie is. that you
Zach
think-
Moss?
Yeah, he's not playing this week either. All right, so Chris Godwin on the concussion protocol. I know he's out. They're going to trot him out there. So he can do Chris Godwin, but he won't trade him because
No.
that's his number one.
yeah.
He won't trade his number one guy. So quarterback won't trade. Number one running back won't trade. Number one.
Number one running back doesn't have any value. Who do you trade for Leonard Fournette?
But what do I trade for Leonard Fournette?
Yeah.
If Leonard Fournette was on the wire, I don't know that I'd pay more than $7 for him.
Right.
So I don't know. Myles Gaskin, he's got him on his bench.
He's got him on his
I
bench.
know. He's the only guy I actually want on his fucking team. So he's got the Pats. There's nothing. Sorry, Tyler Higbee. I'd take Tyler Higbee, not on my team because I have a tight end.
Right.
And that's what the entire NFL this year for tight end is do you have a tight end? Yeah? Okay, great. Like, what is tight end now?
So I think he can trade Chris Godwin
To who? For what?
for a middling running back and a middling wide receiver. Like, he could trade Chris Godwin and upgrade on Singletary and get another wide receiver back. That's better than Jarvis Landry.
He could take Godwin and Singletary, and then he could then he could get 2 running backs. There. That's Nightingale. I know you're listening, and you won't do anything with any of this information, but that's what you do. You take Singletary and Godwin, and you overvalue them, and you go try to get Alvin Kamara.
That won't happen.
Of course he won't, because Kamara's on Kurt's team. You think Kurt's trading?
That's
Not a fucking chance.
That's just a dumb trade anyway, though.
It does, of course, but it's not relevant. Kurt could have 7 Alvin Kamaras. He wouldn't get rid of one of them. Kurt's a conspiracy theorist. He thinks everybody in this league is out to get him. So if you try to go get Kurt's number 1 player, conspiracy. Not a chance. So no, none of them.
Would you do Godwin and Singletary for Chris Carson?
For Chris Carson? Actually, I don't hate that. Yeah, and Sully, but yeah, actually, that's not bad. Sully's got running back depth, too. So even a little downgrade with Carson there, but Sully's number 1 wide receiver is Julian Edelman. So, there's that. That's pretty good.
It doesn't matter.
Nightingale and Sully making a trade. We might as well talk about cutting our own dicks off and walking around Lafarge Lake. That's as close to that happening.
Right.
Nightingale and Sully.
Yep.
Those guys, it might as well be 420 is shit in a closet while they just think that, okay, let's make a trade, and then they just end up beating the shit out of each other because they hate each other's team and will not make any moves.
No. But, well...
That's their fault. And that's Nightingale's fault. How the mighty have fallen. The man used to wear a belt. He used to be something.
Yeah.
He drafted the entire New Orleans Saints 10 years ago, and he's still resting on that victory.
Go with what you know.
Yeah, and he's still going with it.
Doesn't know much.
He's still going with it, and it's as if he's got the same team. Darren Sproles is gone. Nightingale, put it to fucking bed. Jimmy Graham is playing for the BC Lions somewhere, all right? It's over. It's done.
How else are you feeling, pal? Jesus.
I'm feeling as good as I need to be. What? You sidetracked me.
No. I was just like, we're kind of all over the place. So we're into week 3 now.
We're into week 3.
You've made countless moves.
As many
Your
moves
team
as
was
it
so
could be.
good after the draft.
Yep.
You drafted a shitty team.
Mm-hmm.
Then you traded to make a great team. And then you traded again to make a shitty team.
I know I made a trade that didn't help me at all.
Right.
And I'm not sure where it really hurt me, but that's kind of what I'm left with. And the injuries to Adams and Thomas really have kind of sewered me a little bit too.
Right.
So my 2 number 1 picks both got hurt week 2.
Well, you traded Julio for Nick Chubb.
Yeah, but after week 1, I looked like a genius. He got 4 points. And Julio got 27 points. Sorry, second week. I don't know. Something happened. I'm doing reverse math. Julio hasn't started for my team. Let's just put it out there.
You traded him away after the draft.
Yeah. That's right. What more do you want?
I don't want anything.
You want to just pile on my team? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, it's not looking good for you, pal.
It's always looking good. See, I'm a glass half full guy when it comes to fantasy.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Overall,
you're just a very positive person.
I thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
Because I walk around, and a lot of these stupid fucks, they look right at me like I'm not positive. And I'm smiling. Sure, I'm wearing a mask always. I'm COVID friendly or COVID conscious. I'm not friendly with COVID. I'm friendly to people who might have COVID. No, who are protecting themselves from COVID like myself. Right? Look! Don't pile on my team. You want to pile on my team? My team's great.
I just don't understand how you sober make less sense than you absolutely blackout blind drunk.
Because I'm trying to be as eloquent as I can.
Right.
I throw in enough words, and I just hope that somebody puts it together.
Right.
Yeah.
The 6 people that listen to this can't really speak English either.
I have the sentence structure of Nightingale's team. Just a bunch of words, and it's supposed to be a sentence. He's got a bunch of players. It's supposed to be a fantasy team.
Right. And it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best.
So week 1 didn't go well for either of us, but they were tight scores. You lost by 4 points to all out of Bordeaux's plates. Why is Hinton in the league?
Why is Hinton in the league or
Yeah.
alive? What did you say?
Either or.
Oh. Well, in the league, because it's the only thing that allows people to know that Hinton exists on this planet.
Right.
Like,
The two go hand in hand. Him being in the league and him being alive are the same thing.
yes. Yeah, we 86 Hinton, then what? What happens to Hinton? Like, would you have any interaction? Here's a real question.
Sure.
Would you have any interaction with Hinton over the last 6 years if it had nothing to do with this league?
I don't know that I have had an interaction with Hinton over the last
That's
6
the
years.
correct
and
answer.
I'm in a league with him.
Yeah, okay. That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
The second question is, how far do you live from Chris Hinton?
Don't even know where he lives.
I do. You live 7 minutes from Chris Hinton.
Okay.
So, I mean, Hinton, get out of the fucking house. Sorry. I'm in a good mood. Good mood.
Good move. You're in a good mood.
I'm in a great mood. I feel great.
So you dialed up a loss to Hinton. It was tight.
Yeah.
Ah,
Hinton's got a decent team.
okay.
What the fuck does that mean?
Okay, he's got a decent team. What do you mean? What does it mean?
Well, it means, like, you don't have to shrug it off. You
Sure.
shrugged it.
Yeah,
It's a fine team.
it's a fine team.
Yeah, it's not Nightingale. We can't go from Nightingale's team to my burgeoning group
Right.
of...
Right. I lost week 1 by 8 yards, which hurt. 0.8 points.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Yep.
Oh, it's your arch nemesis. Brad Friend.
My friend
Oh, God.
did me dirty.
Of course he
Uh,
did. He's Brad Friend.
we-
Of course he gave you
We
the
were kind of
dirt.
texting back and forth on Monday night because I needed some points out of AJ Brown and he fell short, but we were kind of going back and forth because he actually knocked me out of the playoffs last year on Monday night. So it was good banter. I screwed up. I didn't play the best running back in the league. That was
James
my
Robinson.
mistake.
You know what else you
I
did?
started Marlon Mack over James Robinson, and Marlon Mack tore his ACL in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And that cost me the 8. I'm sure Marlon Mack would have gotten 8 more yards if he had a knee.
But does everybody who's listening, do our countless international fans, know how you made that decision?
I went against my 1-year-old daughter's
Yeah.
fantasy advice.
Yeah.
I haven't since, and she hasn't steered me wrong.
Okay, so just say that more clear and slower so that the fans who don't speak our native tongue can hear what you just said. What'd you do?
I went against my 1-year-old daughter's
Yeah.
fantasy advice.
Okay.
Right.
So your daughter just turned 1.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to the Bruiser.
Yeah. You were there at the party.
I was.
It was a great party.
It was.
We invited lots of people.
Lots of people
Some
got
came.
invited. Yeah, I showed up.
Some didn't.
Uncle Dono is always Uncle Dono.
Well, you know, when you get invited to an event, you hope that someone's going to be there.
You know what? I wasn't there all day, but did I pop by? Did I bring a gift? Did I smile? Did I kiss? I did. I did all the proper things.
Everything you should.
You know what I mean?
It's just being polite. That's just manners, basic manners.
It's just being a man.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah.
It's being a human being.
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Especially if you were warned. And warned is a bad term. It's invited. You know what I mean? What the fuck was that?
That was Mike's piss poor excuse or trying to repair the brokenness that he caused. You should have seen the tears out of Crew's eyes when
All I just got was
Jader and Emmy was
all I just got. I don't know why it was, but I got Mike in tighty whities in a shower with a rubber ducky, drunk as shit, singing "Happy Birthday to You" and sending it over. Like that was a treat for the parents of Crew.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, so let's go back. So your daughter just turned 1.
Yeah.
You know, we're all really very excited about it. The people who were supposed to be there were there.
Sure.
And, you know, all the people who love her in her life
Yeah.
showed up, said
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's what she needed. You know, the parents like the support. It is a celebration. Congratulations, 1 year of parenthood.
Of course.
That's very, you know, that's exciting stuff. Now, hold on. So, in this year, though, because now your daughter would be 1 year and 4 days old,
Yeah.
right? How many times has she given you advice?
None.
Okay, so 369 days.
Yeah.
Never giving
Leap
you
year,
advice.
370.
370. God. The leap year. I like that you threw that in.
It was, pal.
Oh, well, God. So is she going to be 1 year, like, you going to put
I
her
don't
in the
know how
grade
that
ahead?
works. Yeah.
I think you have to.
She's for sure smarter than everybody else that's a year old.
She's smarter than the people that didn't show up.
That's not hard, though.
I'm setting the bar low. She's 1.
Right.
Look.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's giving you one piece of advice.
Yeah.
That's what we've determined.
Yeah.
And you, her father, her loving father,
Yeah.
her caring, her honorable, trusting father,
Yeah.
you put your life on the line for her.
Sure.
You do anything she asked if she could ask it.
Yeah.
She gave you one sign
Yeah.
in 370 days.
Yeah.
And that was, Dad, please, for everything that is good and holy, please start James Robinson
Yeah.
over the train wreck that is Marlon Mack.
Yeah.
And what'd you do with that?
I basically punted her across the room and started Marlon Mack. Because as a man, I'm confident in my own fantasy knowledge. Now, Marlon Mack was having a great game until he blew out his knee, but he blew out his knee because I didn't listen to her advice. So his injury is on me.
Yeah, his injury is on you.
Yeah.
You letting down your daughter for the first time in her life.
Yep.
I mean, within the first year,
Yep.
you're not setting the bar high there.
No. No.
Let's just be honest about that.
Yeah.
So, next time Crew gives you advice, are you even going to let her have it anymore, though?
I did. I went the next week.
And what did she do?
I went Robinson, Malcolm Brown.
Yeah, huh? And what did she say about that?
Back to Robinson. She's a big Robinson
She
fan.
just loves the Jags.
Yeah, big Jags fan.
Yeah, you know when you watch like wild shit on the news from the United States and you're like, oh fuck, of course it happened in Florida?
Yeah.
Crew lives her life that way.
Yeah.
She's a wild lady.
She's fast and loose.
She's fast and loose. She doesn't know what's going on.
No.
She's grabbing shit. She's punching dogs. She's falling face first into water dishes. She's picking the Floridian, James Robinson, the future. After this week,
And she was right.
he might be the #1 running back in fantasy.
He is.
She's a soothsayer.
Sayers.
She's an oracle.
Sure.
Crew, the oracle. I'm coming over on Sunday. I got a lot of decisions to make because my team's got so much depth,
Yeah.
and I need to know who to start.
Well, since we basically are considering Nightingale as out and gone,
Uh-huh.
and who cares?
Just Nightingale, just like clap 2 times if you're even aware that things are going on in this league.
I think he's phoned it in. So let's just compare what we consider to be the worst team to the best team then.
Yeah, please, yes, let's do that.
Which-
So, who would you consider as who's the second?
Just of the standings.
Yeah,
And
standings.
if we count Nightingale out, it's Batman's Chalupas with 185 points for.
Yeah, Batman's Chalupas.
Going up to Team Big Daddy, who's got almost 100 points more than him.
Almost 100 points more. So we've got the first place team
Yeah.
with 100 points more
than the last place team.
than the last place team.
Now, the last place team this week
Yes.
is rolling out Roethlisberger,
Yeah.
Joe Mixon,
Yeah.
Josh Kelly,
Yeah.
Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Michael Thomas is playing, so probably bench Michael Thomas for MVS or Corey Davis, Michael Gallup, Crowder.
Yeah, I've got wide receiver depth, so I'm
Somebody.
fine. Yeah.
Mike Gesicki,
Yeah.
Mike Davis, who's going to be Carolina's running back for the next 4 weeks.
Yep. That's why I paid for him.
And obviously we don't care about defenses or kickers because
Yeah.
nobody does.
Yeah.
You're going up against the #1. We're just comparing what you're starting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit more about stats, but yeah, let's talk team for team.
Well, we can talk stats.
Well, we can talk team for team because this is going to be relevant. I'm telling it right now. Put this on the fucking board right now.
Yep.
That my week 3 team will not look like my team going into the playoffs. And I say that with confidence at 0-2.
Your draft team didn't look like your week 1 team.
My draft team didn't look like my end of day
And your
draft
week
team.
1 team didn't look like your week 2 team.
Exactly.
So, Brad's rolling out Aaron Rodgers, Dalvin Cook, Kareem Hunt, DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, Darren Waller, Mike Evans, and then defense and kicker.
And he's got a pretty deep bench, too.
Yeah, Mostert's out for a few weeks. He's got Madison to back up Cook. Darrell Henderson, who knows what's going on with Cam Akers, Malcolm
Yeah.
Brown.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows who's going to get the ball in L.A.
Yeah.
Golden Tate, you can probably drop, I assume.
Why wouldn't you?
And Josh Allen's been like the QB1, so he can get rid of Aaron Rodgers.
Or trade, yeah. But, okay, so
Oh, you trade a quarterback? We've already learned that quarterbacks have no trade value.
they have 0 trade value. They have 0 backup value. They have 0 value. Unless you're Nightingale, and they have name value. That's the fucking problem. So you want to go matchup for matchup? You want to go stats for stats?
I want you to roll. This is your dream. I'm trying to make it happen.
Okay, well,
I hear Brad thinks his team's a lot better than
well,
yours.
here's the problem. Okay, so what you have? This is a classic. This is just a classic argument that I've been having for the last 18 years of my football fandom. Is you've got two types. You've got two types of people in this world. You've got people who rely on stats, and you've got people who rely on championships. And I fall in the latter category in more ways than one, but they both apply here, so we might as well go into it. You've got some people who walk around day in, day out, tooting their horn, playing their Gibsons, waxing their Marshalls, talking shit about stats. Now, you might say, wow, you got 100 points more. Who gives a fuck? Because what you don't have is the winning spirit. What you don't have, championships. Now, you might not have heard that because what you don't have is championships. This is the same argument I've been having with other like-minded people who like stats versus greatness. There's the Peyton Manning believers. There's the guys who go, hey, he's got lots of stats. Do you know how many yards he threw for that season? And I go, nope. You know who won the Super Bowl? Tom Brady. And I've been pretty much confident saying that my entire time that I've been a football fan. Now, Brad Patterson, on the other hand, he goes, Peyton Manning. Why? Lots of good stats. And I say, you know what? Tom Brady, lots of shiny fucking rings. So while we're on the exact same vein, Brad, you might have lots of good stats. Maybe you can walk around and tell everybody about the points you got. But when you come to the kid's fucking house, you can't touch the plaques. You can't touch the trophies. You couldn't sign my belt if I fucking begged you to. Because I got championships on championships on fucking championships. I've been to more finals than you've made playoffs. So you can keep fucking talking about stats. Because when your shit talk comes to my dinner table, I'm gonna let you know about it. So as you get your fucking abacus out and you start talking decimal scoring and you go, well, if I just started X Vikings running back, I'll get 17.2 and I'll just hear, we are the champions, my friends. And you'll be like, well, if I just put this here and we'll keep on fighting to the end. See, losers talk about stats. Winners fuck the cheerleaders. Anyways. It's been a hot minute.
It's been a minute.
It has been. Well, you know, like, it's one thing to have a personal life, it's one thing to have a professional life, but when the two bleed together, when I have to sit and talk to a man who doesn't know anything about fucking football, and I say, hey, sir, can I get the agadashi tofu? And he goes, hey, ignore the agadashi tofu. I hear you don't have a lot of points after week 2. And this guy's talking a lot of shit about your lack of points. And I said, the guy that has never worn the belt, who's never carried a trophy, who couldn't even afford to pay me my fucking money because he can't get FedEx transfers? Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Server, I'll get 3 agadashi tofus, and that's with all that coin that I get winning championships. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, so Brad and I this week, he's probably going to win, and whatever. Yeah, that was fun. I didn't realize I had that in me. I've been like so good these days too.
It's good to get it out of you, though.
Yeah, it's all about being calm and doing things rationally.
So should we get back to the part where we were going to compare the two teams, or do you just want to yell for another 10 minutes?
No, I don't, because I actually do like Brad's team, and and the reality of it is this. This is Brad's undoing every year, and it will be here. So the same way that I will say that my team will look different before I enter the playoffs is the same way that Brad's will look the exact same. And then, as we all know, it just comes to head-to-head matchups. And just Brad can't play that game. He never has been able to play that game. And that's just me watching Brad. He overthinks it. He doesn't play matchups. He likes the guys that he likes, and he just does that. Last year, case in point, he started, Russell Wilson over Lamar Jackson, and that got him out. Now, Lamar Jackson was the number one quarterback last year when he did that, and Brad won't make moves. Irony is, Brad only makes moves with me, but maybe after hearing this, he might go, well, I can't do it this year, and Brad, I won't fucking help you, so meh. Anyways. So it doesn't matter. My team will look different, his team won't win, and mine might. Fuck. Well, I only heard about it yesterday, so I'm just a little
got some
hot.
time.
It's not like I keep hearing it.
No.
Well, I've heard about it a couple times.
Well, okay.
Okay, whatever.
Well, there's smoke, there's fire.
It smells smoky in here.
So we're 2 weeks through.
Yeah, 2 weeks through.
Lots of football to be played. I don't think anybody outside of the one person's out of it just yet.
No.
And no one's running away with it just yet. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I do. If I could talk about the teams real quick, I actually do really like Brad's team. I do like. I like Kurt's team a lot.
Okay.
I think Sully kind of landed ass backwards into a decent team.
He hasn't put up 200 points yet.
Yeah, but his team, if you actually look at it, it's not too bad. Sometimes, again, I'm not a points against, points for guy. I'm not a stats guy. Do we have to go through this again? I think
Right.
I think you just heard
so
me.
So Sully is Tom Brady, Josh Jacobs, Chris Carson, Juju,
Odell,
Jimmy Graham.
Okay, yeah, his tight end is absolute dog shit. Yeah,
And Edelman. He's got
an okay bench. That's an okay bench. Don't
James White, Naeem Hines, Emmanuel Sanders, A.J. Dillon,
Sammy Watkins. It's okay. So I'm just saying. So Sully's all right. Yeah. So
And you like Kurt's team.
I like Kurt and I like Brad's team the most. Perry's team was all right. He's been kind of ravaged by injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But Perry, he's like a mid-season move maker. I'm an all-season move maker. So it's tough to gauge a guy like Perry's team right now. A, with the injuries, and B, he likes to make a splash in like week 6 when nobody knows what's going on, and then he trades Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
So
Kurt's running out Matt Ryan, Alvin Kamara, Kenyon Drake, Adam Thielen, Laviska Shenault, Mark Andrews, and A.J. Green.
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton on the bench.
J.K.
Dobbins on the bench. Murray, Edmonds. He's got Devonta Freeman.
And Frank Gore. Like, that's a decent team. Like, that's an all-around decent team.
Mm-hmm.
He could move a couple bench guys and upgrade at his starters.
Sure.
But again, he's got a tinfoil hat on. And, he's a Q guy,
I don't know what that means.
Like QAnon. Yeah, he's a conspiracy guy.
Flat Earther?
I don't even believe he believes there's an Earth. Or that it's flat. I don't think he believes in shapes. Vertical, horizontal, irrelevant to Kurt. Hey, Kurt. You want to talk about other teams, or you just want to...
Well, no, there's too many irrelevant people in here. So we've got...
Well, how do you feel about your team? See, I'm confident in mine.
I'm very confident in mine.
Are you?
Sure. I
Are
put up
you,
120
though?
I lost by 8 yards the first week. I put up 120 points and lost last week.
Okay.
I've got... I'm sitting on 223 points. I've already put up 25 points with one player this week, going against Perry.
What player was that? Sorry?
The best running back in fantasy football, who you slept on big time.
Well, I slept on the 5 running backs that you chose and you coin flipped, and all of the other ones got COVID or died. So I didn't sleep on them.
That's risk reward, pal.
That is,
So I told you in the first podcast, someone's going to be the starter.
That's
and I'll
true.
drop the rest.
Yeah, that's very true. You did say that, and yeah.
And he's got 25 points this week.
And it's worked out well.
And it's worked out well.
Yeah. Any of your wide receivers actually play football, or are they just just because they have a WR beside their name doesn't mean they actually catch balls?
Robert Woods is wide receiver 19 right now on the
Great.
year. So
we've got 12 teams in the league though, right? Allen Robinson, 55, right? Okay, cool. So he's your wide receiver 6? Oh, cool.
He's going to be just fine. A.J. Brown hasn't really played yet this year.
Mm-hmm.
Sterling Shepard just went on the IR, so Darius Slayton's the new number 1, and he's number 11 on the year right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the number 11 and the number 19. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, sure. Again, these are number things, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a numbers guy.
No. You're just a bad players guy. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, buddy, don't you don't want the championship talk over here.
No.
I just had it.
Yeah.
So, what are you having there? You're having a splash. Why don't you bring it to us by splash? Oh, no. Can't.
Too soon.
Oh, no.
Way too soon.
What is too soon? I don't know. Now I feel...
Well, we have some
Are
big
you still
things.
employed?
We still have some big things.
One
to
of us
discuss.
needs to be.
We still have some big things to discuss because we do have a very special person who's been giggling in the background beside us.
Well, you're the one, A, who brought him here. B, you've been feeding him drinks.
Yeah.
Because he's empty-handed.
Of course.
And C, now you're inviting him on the pod.
Well, I'm not necessarily inviting him. He's listening. He can step in whenever he'd like. But what I'm saying is, you have to provide him drinks because he won't provide anything for anybody else.
No, that's true.
Right?
I worked for 9 hours for him today.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. I had half an O'Doul's,
Yeah.
and he demanded that I eat an olive,
Uh-huh.
a piece of ham,
Yeah.
and a tomato that he had peeled off his mayonnaise-soaked Subway sandwich
Right.
that he bought for his lovely daughter.
I hear he goes extra on the mayo, like heavy
He
on the
went-
mayo. Tons of mayo.
He went heavy He said, you know what, Dono? And now, I don't want to... Okay, look. As somebody who doesn't like to talk about people's drinking, I won't get too far into it. But...
Go ahead.
But... as if that was going to stop me. Now, I don't want to say how many 2-7 drinks Mike had before.
Oh, shit.
He
you're
said
lying,
to
no.
me, before
That's
he
lying.
looks me right into the eye and he says, hey, Don, you know what? I'm a good dad. I said, Mike, listen. I said, A, I never suggested you weren't. And he said, well, I'm just letting you know that I am. And I said, well, I also never suggested that you were. And he said, well, I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you in real time what good fatherhood is like. I said, please, Mike, I'm hoping one day that I can watch you do that. And he said, I'm going to get my daughter a sandwich. And I said, okay, Mikey, do you think she wants a sandwich? And he said, I know she wants a sandwich. I said, okay, I think she's a pasta lady myself, but you go with sandwich. So he said,
Actually, I thought he was going to lie. This isn't far from the truth.
so then Mike's, you'd think, my good dad, he's got the day off.
Yeah.
He's standing in his beautiful new remodeled kitchen.
Yeah.
So he picks up...
Which is quite nice.
Yeah, so he picks up his phone and gets on Skip the Dishes.
Yeah.
And he goes to the cheapest sandwich place that you can find on Skip the Dishes, Subway.
It's
And
like 30 seconds from his house.
I know it is, but he's
but he's
drinking.
had like 10 drinks already.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have a license anyway, so it's not
Right.
it's not relevant. You can't go anywhere.
Well, he didn't have his mom or dad with him because he's got to have a parent in the vehicle with, driving,
Yeah.
with the license that he's got.
Yeah,
Okay.
and his wherever his L was, it wasn't on his car.
Right.
So anyway, so he says, Dono, I'm going to get her a sandwich. And you know why I'm a good dad? Because I know exactly what my daughter wants on her sandwich. I said, Mike, calm down. I can smell the VODs on your breath from here. Sensitive nose, olfactories. Anyway, so I said, what does she want, Mike? He goes, look, I know she wants tomato. His other daughter's there. Sorry, just to back me up a little bit.
Sure,
here.
yeah.
Tomato. His other daughter says, yes, she does. He goes, cucumber. His other daughter says, no, pickles. Mike goes, whoa. You're embarrassing me in front of Dono here. I'm trying to show him that I'm a good dad.
There could be some confusion because cucumbers become pickles.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure, fair. Okay, but
And look the same.
yeah, but this is him trying to show.
trying to show-
Yeah, exactly. He's showing off, right?
Right.
His knowledge of his daughter's taste.
Yeah.
So we got the tomatoes. We fucked up on the cucumber thing, right? And then he goes, but you know what I know she likes, Dono? And I said, what's that? Mayo. I said, well, who doesn't? She's a red and white blooded Canadian. Of
Yeah.
course she does, right? Then his other daughter goes, oh, she likes salt and pepper. He goes, shut up, honey. She does like salt and pepper.
Okay, he's embellishing.
So he puts that on, and
He didn't-
then,
he didn't call
but
her
hold
honey, he
on,
just said, "Shut up."
And then he said, "Hey, Dono," and he gives me one of those cheeky winks. Now he was squinty-eyed, so
Yeah.
from all the
From all the booze.
and he wasn't wearing his glasses, so I'm not sure if it was because he couldn't see me.
Right.
But either way, I sensed the wink there, and he goes, "You know what? I think I'm gonna put some olives on that." And I said, really? She likes olives on the sandwich? And he said, whoa. Don't jump to any conclusions here.
Yeah.
This part actually happened.
He goes, maybe she doesn't want olives. And I said, Mike, has anybody in the history of the fucking world ever been handed a sandwich, taken a bite, and said, what, no olives? And thrown it on the fucking ground. He goes, Dono, you're right. That's a wise choice. No olives. Whatever. It's fine. It was such a sloppy boast of I'm a good dad, but here's the sandwich.
Right.
Anyway, so his daughter comes home and he says, hey, babe, I got you a sandwich. She said, I'm not hungry. And he goes, yeah, but I got you a sandwich. So she goes, fine, Dad. She opens up a pack of Doritos and starts eating it. He's like, sweetie, I got the sandwich. And he's giving me that side wink thing. Like, he's going to nail every item, every topping.
Yeah.
So she picks up the sandwich, looks at it, says, this looks soggy. And he goes, I just got it right now. And she said, are there any olives on this? I swear to fucking God. The first thing.
Yeah.
And he goes, Dono told me to not get olives. She goes, you always got to get olives, Dad, and not Kalamata olives. You got to get the black ones like Subway has. We've talked about this. And I'm like, Mike, that's not that impressive. I said, Jane, did you want some pasta? She said, that's all I really wanted. I said, Mike, that's being a good uncle.
Yeah.
You're a terrible dad. So long and the short of it, I'm with some lackluster dads here, and Mike can come on and join the pod. Mike, get on in here, buddy. Let's talk week 3. What's coming on? Like, are you excited? Are you nervous?
Well, when you go 0-2...
Introduce yourself first.
Oh, just your
Not
friendly neighborhood commissioner here.
Oh, is that what you're calling yourself?
There's only one of us here.
Commissioner or friendly neighbor?
The confidence level, not high. We'll see what happens tonight.
For week 3 or for in general?
This season, in general.
Well, we're talking your team. Well, let's take a look at Mikey's
Here's
team.
the matchup, Mikey.
It's my worst. It's the worst draft I've had in a long time.
Well, you weren't there for it. You chose not to show up.
I wasn't
so
happy.
You pulled a Hinton, and you're only projected to lose by 5. So we've got room to move here, Mikey. Let's see what's going on. You got Lamar Jackson against Matthew Stafford. I think you're going to be okay.
I like it.
And then that's when things get worse.
That's about as good as it gets.
When
right there.
things get bad.
That's where we go south. So I don't know why you have Kerryon Johnson on your team or on your roster, but we're gonna have to figure out something to do.
Because I gotta figure out another running back. Who else am I gonna put there?
I think we went on the waiver wire and we could have found many for you.
Well, I don't know that we did.
Isn't the third Jets running back out there?
You can pick up Wayne Gallman.
Wayne Gallman. Is he available?
Wayne Gallman's the only other option.
Here's my issue with your team, Mike, is you've got some really nice pieces, you just don't have a full team. Like, I'd take Lamar Jackson, I'd take Nick Chubb, I'd take DK Metcalf, I'd take Cooper, I'd take Kelsey. It's your flex and your wide receiver. You need some depth.
Well, Will Fuller, I mean, there's an injury there, so that's...
You know who I'd rather have other than Will Fuller? Stephon Diggs. Imagine if you had Stephon Diggs instead of Will Fuller. What do you think? Don?
Would I want Stephon Diggs over Will Fuller?
Yeah.
This year, last year, the year before that, every year. All years.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you drafted Stephon Diggs, high,
sure,
and then Will Fuller went at the end of the draft,
yeah,
and then you said,
that's not how it went down.
How did it go down? What went down?
It was a one round difference.
Okay.
And I believe Will Fuller went before Stephon Diggs.
You're wrong.
Are you sure?
Yeah. There's no way. Well, Mike, I don't know if you know this about me or not, but I'm not ever wrong. It's that weird thing where I'm always right.
Yeah, Sayers is a young Brad. He's a numbers. He's a stats.
He's a numbers guy.
So he's got a spreadsheet and he's moving something around. So that's what Sayers is doing right now. He's looking at his timeline, his schedule.
So Diggs in the
Here
5th.
it goes.
Diggs was in the 5th. Fuller in the 7th.
All right. Well, you know what? I played with my heart, all right?
Hey, you
on
know,
that one.
Sometimes you wear your heart on your sleeve, and sometimes you ruin your daughter's evening. It's a toss-up with you. It's 50-50.
The moral to that story was that I was right with the pasta.
The other moral to that
You
story...
did nail the pasta.
I nailed the pasta.
The other thing that you need to know is olives are an easy thing to pick off a sandwich. When in doubt, put something on that can be picked off.
No, that's actually not bad advice. The problem is that olives
She was okay
can-
with the olives. The mayonnaise was the real...
mayonnaise. Yeah, do you want me to get into the rest of the conversation?
When I yelled at her?
When you demanded she pick the ham, tomatoes, clean them off of mayonnaise, and eat her food?
Well, the other part of it is that I yelled at her.
I like that you spent the
just because Emmy had been yelling at me for the last 5 hours.
Emmy yelled at both of us, took $10 from me. She demanded I pay her for drawing. She didn't give me. I mocked her once. She threw a tantrum, tried to stab me, and then took your seat and made you sit on the floor.
Okay, well, let's stop talking about my children.
They're great.
They're great. I love them.
Yeah, me too. Whoa, why'd you get all personal like that?
I would like to talk while I'm here for the short amount of time that I'm here.
You're here for
I
the
would
rest
like
of
to
the ride,
talk
pal.
about-
You're here till the job's done.
I would like to talk about silly trade offers that you've received.
Oh, that I personally received?
Anyone.
Or just
Either one of you.
I've sent out trade offers and I haven't received a single one back.
Has there not been a lot of action?
So I've gotten a couple of shitty trade offers. In this league particularly, Corey tried to trade me Malcolm Brown for Michael Thomas and Devontae Adams. Now, I'm not sure what he thought I was doing at the time, but he knows that I'm almost 9 months sober, okay? So I'm not falling for shit like that, A. B, I know Corey doesn't trade, so there's no point even opening that box and taking a look at what's inside. Because Corey's either going to drop his kicker or slide him in there and hope that maybe he can get rid of him that way. So we're not doing that.
So the trade was Malcolm Brown and Robert Woods for Michael Thomas when Michael Thomas was ruled out for 3 weeks. I was going to take the hit on the 3 weeks. Malcolm Brown was a starting running back to which you didn't have one.
I have all the starting running backs. But Mike, that's a key thing about you in this league. Now, you sound a little beat down. Okay, you didn't come
Not
in.
my best year.
Now it's week 2, Mike.
I know, but I don't like my team. I don't like the way I drafted this year.
Neither did I. So you trade everybody. That's the
I've
only.
made a couple trades.
No, that's the remedy. I know, and you're because you're a trade guy.
I'm a
So
trade
who are you
guy.
looking to move, Mike? Who are we?
Well, I mean, me and Don got one in the works here, so we could do it right
well,
on
let's
the air
talk it
right
out.
now.
Let's talk it out. Who don't you like?
Okay, well, I'll say this. Okay, so I get a lot of flack for trading with Don. Every time I make a trade with
You
Don,
gotta speak to the mic, Mike.
every time I make a trade with Don, I get shit for it. Everyone gives me shit. Why did you trade with Don? Why did you make his team better? Blah 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 blah.
I know.
And all this bullshit.
It's my curse.
The reason I trade with Don is because Don offers good trade offers.
I offer, at the very least, reasonable trade offers.
Yes.
There's not a trade that I offer that you don't think about.
So what was the first trade we made this year?
The first
I
trade,
gave you Michael Thomas
Michael Thomas and
for Nick Chubb and Amari Cooper,
yeah,
right?
and look at how that's worked out for you.
Well, it hasn't worked. Nick Chubb's working out. Amari Cooper not so much.
And
but
what-
I still stand by the trade because I needed a running back. Because otherwise, who would I be running right now? I'd be running Kerryon Johnson and Jordan Howard.
Yeah.
So I stand by that trade. It worked out pretty good for me. Injury, bad luck. I get it.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
So
I'm still not sour.
No,
and I've got the
It's a
injured
good
side
trade.
of that.
It's a good
Yeah,
trade.
yeah.
So now, today, Donald comes at me for DK Metcalf, who I quite like.
I know. You like him a lot. You should.
Russ is cooking.
He's cooking.
Yeah, for sure. So Don comes at me with DK Metcalf for Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
I would say that's a very fair trade offer.
Sure.
So you
Considering what I need and considering what he gets,
Yep.
I think that's a very fair trade offer.
So what'd you say to me with
I
that?
said
Yeah.
that I wasn't thrilled with it for the only reason of I don't want to be that invested in Cincinnati.
And what did I say to that? Mike?
So you said, okay, well let's do Tyler Boyd and Valdez Scantling.
Joe Mixon and Valdez.
Sorry, yes. I apologize. Yes,
That's okay.
Joe Mixon and Valdez Scantling. So I said, okay, well, that's interesting. I mean, I don't like him as much as Tyler Boyd, but then I'll think about it. So he comes back at me with, I'll give you Valdez Scantling, Tyler Boyd, and Joe Mixon for DK Metcalf. basically, and he wants whatever else I throw away.
Somebody will throw it.
Sure.
Now,
I don't really know how I say no to that.
here and
I'm gonna take shit for it again tomorrow.
And you know what? You're gonna take shit from people who don't make trades. What is the shit they're gonna give you that you don't want to start Kerryon Johnson?
They're gonna offer me awful trades.
Oh,
So let's say I go, okay, fine. I won't trade. I won't trade DK Metcalf.
yeah,
Send me some offers, people,
yeah,
and they'll be ridiculous. I guarantee it. Let's hold off a day on this.
sure, go ahead.
I can't send you an offer that's better than that.
You can't. No,
I
you
can't. Sorry, I can, but it wouldn't.
You don't want
I'm
to.
not. Yeah, there's no way I'm trading you.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So you can,
I might just accept it right now
you're gonna accept it.
on the air.
On air trade. I wish we had a song for that. I trade
Do you
so
want me
much.
to throw it in? I sent one with a third player.
Oh, what's the third player?
Well,
hold
it's-
on,
it's
Mike.
Noah.
Hold up, just please. Mike's trying to sweeten the deal.
No, I'm not sweetening it. I'm just gonna dump this guy anyway, so I threw him in there.
But this is what see,
Peyton Barber is the person in question.
But that what the point of that
Has
is
nothing to do with sweetening the deal.
No, but the point of that is that you're throwing. I will accept guys you'll drop so I can drop them. That's the trades that I make. So whenever you're gonna shit on me or Mike or anybody who makes trades, by the way, you all make trades with me anyway, so go fuck yourself. But the reality is just this: is that you can be mad, you can give Mike shit, you can do whatever you want. But we do deals because deals need to get done. So Mikey's going to throw in the powerful, and I know I'm not making fun of you. You're not
No.
trying to sweeten the
I'm
deal.
gonna dump him anyway.
I know it's more of a joke than anything, but it's like so. Mike adds in Peyton Barber, and you know what, Mike? I think that just made the trade
just made it official.
exactly what I needed. I needed Peyton Barber from the Washington football team because I had to see where the fuck he was actually playing this year. And you know what? I click accept,
There it
and
is.
then of course I have to log in because why would I be prepared for podcasts? I'm just so hot for the last couple of days because the worst thing that's happened to me all week is that I had to hear about stats. And that's it.
And it's upheld. It's done.
It's done. Moves made. Now,
You
take...
didn't even let the league decide whether or not to veto that trade. You just upheld it like that.
Well, have I ever done that?
No,
To any trade?
no, because if anybody ever vetoes a trade, go fuck yourself. Walk into traffic.
Yes. True story. Fucking hater. Just quit fantasy. That's your fucking
There's only
problem.
one reason to veto a trade,
Yeah.
which would just be a commissioner reversing something when some guy gets spiteful and dumps his team. to
Yeah, some
somebody
guy drops
else.
Tyrese.
That
So-
doesn't need to be vetoed. That just
Yeah.
needs to be reversed.
So
Yeah.
my team now is Lamar Jackson, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, Tyler Boyd, Travis Kelsey, Will Fuller.
Yeah.
It sounds way better to me.
It just sounds way better.
It can't get. It couldn't get worse.
It sounds way better. Good work. Hey, well
Well done.
done. See, another deal done, kids. That's the PSA. Olives can be taken off your sandwiches. Always have, if you're going to have your mayo, make sure that you get lots of lettuce, tomatoes, and ham. Pick that off and eat it like a good person. And Mike, congratulations on the new TV.
Oh yes, big purchase.
Oh, Mikey is just getting us ready for a COVID-friendly
and thank
Super
you for
Bowl.
all the work you've done for me over the last couple days.
You know what,
making my TV awesome.
You know what, Mike? That's what friends do.
Thanks, buddy.
They make trades and they set up TVs.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. We set up TVs, we make trades. That's all that goes on in my life. That's all that goes on that's the most important stuff that's going on.
So
For sure.
Don, what are you gonna do this weekend when you're rolling out Josh Kelly and Peyton Barber?
Well, you know what? No, I got Mike Davis, the stud, the future. What? What happened?
So you're not even gonna throw in? Oh, well, Thomas is out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want you to run through my team, and because you're talking about dropping everybody, and I'll give you 3 for 1, and you got to drop 2 guys. Who are you dropping on my team?
On your team?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a long podcast and I talk about your team, Sayers. I thought we already talked about it.
We haven't even broached the subject.
Okay, so
You got the number 2 and the number 3 wide receivers in the league right now.
who does?
You do.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
We're
And
two,
Michael Thomas.
We're 2 weeks in. It takes one.
I'm
big
just
week.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with my trade. I don't make
Yeah, I
trades
don't-
to hurt
I
myself.
don't-
I don't make trades to hurt other teams.
I have the number 1 running back in the league, and no one wants him. So.
What's wrong with him? He's a
Can't
good
trade
player. Nah, well. Okay, so you want to talk about your team. So what's wrong with your team?
No, you. I'm just telling you.
Nah.
Who would I drop? I can't even pick anybody up.
I wouldn't drop. What do you drop? You need wide receiver help. Your wide receivers are dog shit. You got like 4 running backs. You got 2 wide receivers. They both suck. You're hoping for A.J. Brown. The guy's he's on his 2nd year. He's been hurt all year. Hey, hold on. I know I'm trying to trade him in another league. Don't say anything. But you picked up Russell Gage because he had a hot week last week. Like, you got lottery tickets. You got no backups. I don't know what to tell you, Sayers. You can't drop anybody on your bench. So you couldn't even pick up anybody on the waiver wire. But you do need to.
Who would you pick up off the
A
waiver
kicker.
wire?
You don't have one.
Yeah, so when Russell Gage hits the wire at 9:59 on Sunday morning, I'll pick up
Well,
a kicker.
What? I'll trade you the best kicker in the league for Russell Gage right now.
That's what you want to do.
Not a chance. I don't trade the best kicker in the league. Who the fuck do you think I am?
There's no way I want
You'll
to be
make a lot of
involved.
trades.
There's no way I want to be involved in a trade that includes a kicker.
And you won't be today. Not with that attitude. So that's your problem, Sayers. You got a fine bench. You got a lot. You do have depth on your bench. You don't. What do you want me to say? But you got to move that depth. You got to do
Move,
something
though.
with it.
Okay, well, tell me who I'm moving.
Well, I would drop Debo Samuel. Or is he
He's
coming,
back next
Next
week.
week. Okay.
Yeah, you don't drop Debo.
Okay, you don't drop him. But what are you doing here? Like, who are you moving Russell Gage to? You picked
For
him
a
up, and
kicker.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But you got Hayden Hurst, so move, or Goddard. Like, move your tight end. You got 2 tight ends.
You can't trade tight ends. I'm just going to drop one.
You can't.
I'm trying to play the matchup.
You know, I was talking to Sully the other day. He said the same thing. He goes, I need a tight end. He goes, but who's even a good fucking tight end? I go, I got Mike Gesicki. He's like, isn't he like the number 4 tight end? I go, exactly. That's tight end this year. You don't know who the guy's name is.
No.
And the only guy who's worth anything is maybe Waller and Kelsey. And that's it.
And it would have been Kittle.
And maybe. I don't know, right? They come in and out. Kelsey is the only guy that's
It's consistently
been that dude. And so it's like, so I don't know what else to tell you. Like, it's, why don't you move okay, so you don't want to make moves. Okay, what do you do with Miles Sanders and, like, what would you, just indulge me, please.
Okay.
What would you take for Miles Sanders and CEH? For both of them.
Well, that's hard to say now because there's no CMC, there's no Saquon running backs.
Yeah, but it's not a keeper. But yes, you mean like, sorry, yeah, you're right. Sorry, you're talking talent and opportunity. Yeah, okay.
Right? Like,
That's what I'm saying, but that's,
who's better?
those are the trades that I think about. You
But,
don't
okay,
think
well,
right
who-
now I'm cooking up Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams, and DK Metcalf for everything? I'll do it.
Yeah, but okay, so who would you trade Miles Sanders and Allaire for then?
If I had to. Miles Sanders and Hilaire. I'm getting Zeke, and I'm getting, who has Zeke? Let's just go to Zeke. Who has Zeke? There you go. Look, we're already starting this. Look at this. Look at this.
This is fun.
Okay, so who has Zeke? This is how my brain works. If you're still here, you are just hardcore into this shitty league, and it's just wonderful. And we really want to thank you for participating. But, you know, all of the inappropriate
How about
comments.
Aaron Jones and
Zeke and oh God, whose team is that? Oh, is that
Bonjour.
Paul's? So you'll take Zeke, and does he, like, is there, no, there's nobody on a bye here. I'm like, is there something? No. So no, he can't even make you the trade.
No.
So Kamara. So go for Kamara then. There you go. Now, yeah, I got you cooking there, huh? A little cook.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
that's
so-
why it's so hard to make those trades.
Yeah, that's a huge.
there's-
Well, I basically asked for two top 10 running backs in
Yeah.
a league that has no running backs. So Kamara.
it'd have to be low end wide receivers.
Yeah. Okay. So you do Kamara. Who's your quarterback? Doesn't matter. You won't trade him anyways.
Kyler Murray.
Oh no, you're fine. So you do Kamara, Mark Andrews, and Kenyon Drake.
I don't think anyone's saying yes to that trade, are they?
For Sanders and Allaire,
And whoever who's your tight end?
Goddard or Hurst.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
just a swap for swap. Like it's not even.
Yeah, it doesn't
You're
even-
trading 2 running backs and a tight end for 2 running backs
Then
and a
he
tight
throw.
end.
Yeah. Okay.
You've said my wide receivers are dog shit, and now I'm
yeah.
not helping that.
Oh
Situation.
yeah. Okay, you're right. Okay, so yeah. Well, who has the best? Oh shit, me. All right. Well, who else has good wide receivers?
Let's talk about a trade then. You two.
No, we can't trade with him. I just offered him a kicker, best kicker in the league. He frowned at it.
You took it back before I could even say hi.
If we can't even talk kicker trades, what can we talk?
We can't.
It's
That's why
unfortunate.
this podcast is coming to an end. Episode 3 has gone in the tank.
Mike, anything else? Anything? So you're not feeling great about this week? But you like your team better right now?
I like my team a lot more
Then
now.
that's all that matters, isn't it?
I'm excited for week 3.
Any-
We're only 2 weeks in.
Yeah, anything
A lot
can
of
happen.
football to play.
I got over 200 points. I'm like 6 for points for. Not great, not the worst though. I'm right in the middle.
If you put
My
up
points
100
against are more than anyone in the league.
Yeah.
If you put up 100 points every week, you'll make the playoffs
Yeah.
and you'll be competitive. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
That means I just have to get 120 points this week, which I will not. I never do.
I'll put up.
I'm not rolling out Josh Kelly and who?
I don't even know who I have as running
What have
backs
you
anymore.
done?
Backs
What have I
on
done?
backs on backs on
Everything
backs.
I need to.
Next week we're opening up the phones. Thanks for our special guest, the former commish.
Yeah, I thought he was going to bring a
Former
lot more
commish.
pizzazz.
I'm sorry.
No,
It's
it's
been a long
fine.
day.
It has been a long day for you.
He's all full of olives,
Yeah, he's
mayonnaise,
all those
All those
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
extra sandwiches
Yeah.
he had to eat because he screwed them all up.
Yeah, yeah.
He's out of the running for Father of the Year. That's just the way it is.
It's
We'll see-
official? Am I out?
Oh, you're out. We'll see you next year. Yeah, opening the phones next week.
Yeah,
Be ready. Bring the
Okay,
heat.
yeah, we'll do it next week.
Defend yourself, Patterson, like a man.
And hopefully we can talk the return of the kid next week.
Check it out.
Or, yeah.